Crochet, and today is Sunday. I finished the scrap yarn project, or the first part of it, 2 days ago. I had 3 bags of scrap yarn. I have 2 left over. The third is used up. This is the bag where all the gray scrap yarn was in. I already started on a new scrap yarn project from the other bags, but that will be for later on. And here are all the 11 mouses together. It's a bit much to hold, but they are very cute. I finished 11 mouses, my own pattern. The first one I made is this guy. It turned out really cute. I really like it. And it's all scrap yarn, all different colors to the back. Really like it. That's number 1. Number 2, little bit of the same yarn in the snout, and then a different yarn on the back, and also a little bit of gray brown on the back, but this is number 2. Then I did a little bit of other yarn. I wanted to test this yarn out. I used the velvet yarn and I think it turned out really cute. I really like how it turned out. This is number 3 I made, and I used a little bit of the pink, but I think I'm not going to count that. But I have some yarn left over from this project, not from these 2, but I will show you that at the end. So what I have left over. This is number 3. Then I started number 4 with a bluish yarn in it. And I made more because the yarn wasn't used up. I made number 5. And number 6, and then the bluish yarn was used up. So turned out really cute, this guy with a little brown nose. But this is number 6, turned out really cute. Number 7, with a bit of a solid color. I had a little bit more of this yarn. There's an entire mouse in this yarn. But this is 7. Then I made number 8, and it was half. So the first color is used up, and then I started the second color. Turned out really cute. Number 8. And the last one of the big mouses is this, also a solid gray mouse. But I used up the yarn. I will show you what I have left over at the end. Because I made more. I had also laying around a different yarn, and it was sweet thread for very small plushies. I made number 10. It turned out really cute. It's really tiny. Really like it. It's really cute. And then I used all the gray of this one and used pink because I have a lot of pink left from this yarn. And I finished all the gray for this project. So I think I'm going to keep this one myself, and the others will be gifts or something like that. I just don't know yet. But I used up all the gray scrap yarn. Like I said, I have 2 bags of scrap yarn left over to finish this year. And the next project will be Octos. I'm starting small on the really small scraps. And then I'm going to pick a new project for these bags. I don't know when and how it's going, but I will do weekly challenges for this, small challenges, because it's small scrap yarn. So you can follow if you're interested in that kind of content. And I'm going to show you the yarn I've used. From the big mouses, this is left over. That's not much. I think I'm going to make stuffing out of this. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That's of the big mouses. For this mouse, I used Amigurumi. You can see it very well because it's glittery. And I have some left over. I'm going to keep this because I want to maybe use it for small items or embroidery, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it just yet. But it's not going in the scrap basket because I don't have a lot of velvet yarn. So that's this project, what I had left over. Not much from the big mouses. I used up a yarn label because this is so little. I'm also making stuffing out of it. Yeah, that was for the tiny mouses. For these two tiny ones. I have a lot of pink left, and that will be used later on for some projects. I have a lot of this yarn, but I don't know what to make just with it because I have a lot of different colors. But it will be a project for later on. And here are all the 11 mouses together. It's a bit much to hold, but they are very cute. I finished 11 mouses. I finished the scrap yarn bag number 3, and now I have 2 more to go. So like I said, the octos are next, and I hope you like this kind of content. You can subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time. Bye!